This is Coffee Cruise, conversations for the road ahead. Grab your coffee, buckle up, and let's cruise. Hey, friends. Welcome back to Coffee Cruise. If you're new here, hi, I'm Ashley. And if you've been riding along for a while, I'm really glad you're here. Grab your coffee, buckle up, and let's take the long way. So, today's episode, I have realized that I've been sharing conversations, stories, laughs, but I never really stopped to introduce myself in a real way. And if you're going to be cruising with me, you should probably know who's driving. So, today, you're getting the real, unfiltered version of me, where I come from, what shaped me, and honestly, why the podcast exists. So, I guess we should start back from the beginning. I grew up in a small town in Illinois. My parents divorced when I was 10, and both have remarried. I ended up with feels like a lot of siblings. Biologically, it's just me and my sister Whitney. She's about 2.5 years younger than me, but many times she feels like my twin. We did not get along growing up, but we are best friends now that we are older. And fun fact, she is married to my husband's brother, which makes it even more special. That's right. Sisters married brothers. But I am also a wife. I have been married for 12 years. My husband's name is Mike. He is a wonderful man who is very hardworking, and we have built a wonderful life together. Not just making a living, but together we've built a home filled with love, laughter, chaos, late night talks, bold ideas, and probably way too many conversations that start with, okay, hear me out. We're the kind of people who don't sit still for long. We're always dreaming, always creating, always asking, what could we build next? And one of those dreams has been starting a brewery. Not just a place to grab a drink, but a place people gather. A place that feels like community, good drinks, good food, live music, family nights, stories shared across tables, and that feeling when you walk in somewhere and instantly it feels like home. That dream is still brewing, literally and figuratively. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. Sometimes the dreams that take the longest to build become the ones worth waiting for. So stay tuned. More to come. I am not only a wife, I am also a mother. Mike and I share a beautiful 9-year-old daughter, Avery. Being her mom is the absolute best part of my life. She is a joy. She has saved me from so many dark spaces over the years, and I'm super excited to help her grow and watch her achieve all of her dreams, anything she sets her mind to. I love watching her play soccer. I love her picking up instruments and just figuring it out. She's super talented in art, reading, writing. She just, anything she sets her mind to, she does an amazing job. And I absolutely love her and her sense of humor. And I am sad that she's getting older, but I am also excited to watch her grow and develop. So at the core, I've had a very blessed life, I would say. Was always involved in sports and any and everything I could get my hands on, and things just always kind of fell my way. But the past few years, we have had quite a few life struggles. We've had a lot of loss. We've had a lot of caretaking. We've had to deal with my mother and father-in-law and their cancer journey and helping to take care of them and provide care all the way through the end. And so we lost both of them a year apart. And in between that, we also lost my dad. And so it has just been a very surreal and difficult time. To lose 3 parents within a year is just absolutely heartbreaking, but we're all getting through it together, and so we've had a lot going on in such a short amount of time, and we are really trying to heal from that. And we are super thankful and blessed to have my mom, also known as Gigi, and she's been featured in episodes and more to come with her. She's absolutely wonderful, and we're so thankful. She actually has some big changes coming up and is moving to Arizona to, I hope, fully embrace retirement, and we are super excited for her. She's worked very hard her whole life, has taken very good care of my sister and I, and several others that I will call her adoptive children along her journey, and she continues to do so. So I'm so excited that we have a really cool place to visit whenever we want. Cause hello, Coffee Cruise edition from Arizona, plus Juice Box Cruise with Avery from Arizona. Yes, we'll take it. I am also a cancer survivor. I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma in 2019. Yeah. Yeah, my daughter had just turned 2. And I talk a little bit about that. I already have talked about it so far. There's endless amount of subject that I could talk about on that experience and being a survivor and what life is like after that. But I did chemo for about 4 or 5 months and went into remission. I continued my care for 5 years and was just recently released from Siteman Oncology. But about a year or 2 after remission, uh, I actually had this spot on my ear for quite a while. It's kinda so random, but it was on my ear, and it kinda looked like just like a scar, like a shiny little scar or something, but it just never really went away. And I had it even during chemo for the Hodgkin's lymphoma, everything. But, one day it just started hurting, like, out in the sun and stuff, so I went t and I always had yearly checkups with my dermatologist, like, skin checkups, which if you don't do that, here's your PSA now to please go do that. Um, anyways, they didn't say anything about it, and so I remembered, and I was like, "Hey, I have this spot on my ear, and it hurts, and surely it can't be cancer or anything because I just went through chemo." And so they said, "Well, let's just be safe and do, a little biopsy on it." So did that, and it actually did come back as basal cell carcinoma, which, people who know this, like, basal cell carcinoma is fairly common. It's very easy, to remove, but nonetheless, it's still very traumatic anyways. That's a huge part of my story, though, because that event in itself, or those events, really changed my life. I'd always been a very positive person, but I would say a very by the book person, um, very much a people pleaser. And so this really, and I'm still learning how to live life for myself, but this really opened my eyes into not sweating the little things in life, to being a little bit more relaxed, and to really building the life and the dreams that I wanted. Okay, so professionally, I do work full time from home in the financial industry as a digital product owner. I manage vendor relationships and I keep things moving behind the scenes. It's structured, it's strategic, but there is this creative side of me. And so, hence, I need an outlet, and therefore, we have the podcast. I absolutely love traveling, especially to the beach. Anybody who knows me knows that my sanctuary is the beach. It's where I can breathe, it's where I can relax. I literally feel my shoulders, relax and all the tension go away, and it's probably where I am the happiest. Um, I love to watch Avery play, I love to sit. It's the only place I can go and actually read a book and, like, actually comprehend what I'm reading because I'm one of those people who I just don't slow down, my brain's always going, so if I read a book, I just end up reading the same sentence 6 times or just, like, not retaining anything that I read, and so that's pretty frustrating. Um, so I do love the beach. My husband and I got married on the beach. I got proposed to at the ocean, and I got married at the beach, and I couldn't ask for anything more fairy tale. Um, but yeah, love traveling. I love anywhere really, because I love exploring. I love my Jeep. As soon as I finished my cancer treatments, I went out and bought a Jeep. I love adventure, and I will absolutely go out of my way to find a new coffee shop or some sort of brewery, restaurant, or fun experience. But honestly, anything outdoors, I love being outside. Sports, cycling, gardening, music, and of course, coffee. But more than anything, I love people. I will talk to anyone, anywhere, because I am curious by nature and I genuinely love learning about others. And I genuinely care about others too. I want to help and lift people up, I want to inspire people. And sometimes I wonder if a lot of the things that I went through, both success and both struggles in life, were to help others. And so that's really why, a big push of why I wanted to do the Coffee Cruise podcast. So, It wasn't this big thing planned. It just started as me in my car with coffee, and I've talked about that before. Just driving and processing life, and it really makes you stop and think. Like, you could be having the worst time and being the deepest grief and depression, and you go through a coffee drive-through and they don't know, right? Nobody knows, and it just makes you realize that you don't know either. You don't know what's going on in people's lives. And so getting that kindness and warmth from others has literally saved me in moments of darkness. And so I want to be a light, and I want my light to then turn on somebody else's light to shine and help somebody else, and it is a ripple effect. And so that's really what, I've learned anything from cancer and the fear of death and dying and losing all of the people I care about around me. It's that life is about love. It's about people, connection, relationships, and nothing else matters. So, um, it just became something more. I just realized in those quiet moments that the conversations, and even if they were in my head, they mattered. And eventually it turned into this. So it's a place for real conversations, real life, dealing with chaos alone or together, uh, and just having a lot of heart. So hopefully it's something that makes you feel a little less alone. So, anyways, here we are, navigating grief, anxiety, life changes while still being parents, working full time, and chasing dreams. Because we are chasing dreams with a brewery, maybe with a future coffee shop, and this podcast. And it's really become an outlet for me. I didn't even know I needed it. And I am so happy to already be where we are. And I appreciate everybody who, like I said, has listened, has given feedback, and who has supported me, because there really is beauty in the pain. And if sharing my story helps even one person feel seen or less alone, then it's 100% been worth it. I just encourage, if you're going through tough times, like, it's inevitable that you're going to be sad, that it's going to be hard, but you can find creative outlets and you can help other people. And I think if you can keep that perspective, that you can see the message behind it all, and that really things happen for a reason. And that if you just let go and you just know that you're not in control and just accept everything as it is, the good, the bad, the ugly, I think you're really going to enjoy the ride. So let's cruise. Let's go. Let's go to this coffee shop and check it out. I'm excited. All right. We made it to Mimi's coffee shop. And what's interesting is that as I was turning to come here, there's a Scooters on the corner, which sucks. But this shop is way cuter. It's a small building. It's gray and like kind of stucco style. It looks like maybe, I don't know, like it looks like a miniature version of a Burger King, but I have no clue. Maybe it was an old bank. But anyways, I think they even have a drive-through, which is really cool, but and I'm tempted to take it because it's raining. However, I'm going to stop this vehicle. Well, the vehicle's already stopped because I'm parked. I'm going to turn off. We're going to go inside. We're going to get rained on. So be prepared, my coffee cruising loving fans. You're lucky I'm taking one for the team. Here we go. Good morning. Smells delightful in here. Ooh, I think I want to do your bagel breakfast sandwich with bacon. And then, ooh, house-made syrups. Are the sugar-free house-made too?
Yep.
Awesome. Can you do uh like a brown sugar shaken espresso iced?
Sure.
Sugar-free. And then I don't know, do you have oat milk?
Yep.
That'd be perfect. I didn't even see this, so I didn't see your specials. Blueberry pancake. That sounds interesting. And s'mores. Awesome.
Also have a banana nut muffin latte right now.
Can you change it or not? Change it.
Yeah,
Banana nut latte. I always have to try whatever the specialties are, but that's my go-to, the brown
you still
sugar
want the
sugar.
oat milk?
Yes, please. I can't believe I've never been here. I just started this whole podcast, but this is so adorable.
Think. And iced is good.
Yes,
You want
iced.
the cold foam if possible.
Yes. Okay, so what's the syrup? So I got the banana nut latte, and the syrup is
Banana extract, cake extract. I simmered pecans in the syrup for about 30, 40 minutes, emulsified a little bit of those pecans into the syrup, strained it, and then yeah,
Okay, that's amazing. Did you come up with that yourself,
I
though?
did,
Oh
yeah.
my god, that's awesome. That's why I love this because of the creativity, and so it's delicious. I'm not kidding. Okay, so it's a banana nut bread, and it's got a cold foam on it with a streusel that is I mean, I think I could just have all streusel. Thank you. Okay, back in the car, and wow, Mimi's coffee shop, you blew me out of the water. You have your own homemade house syrups for everything and sugar-free? Uh, I was heading that route until you said banana nut latte, and I am telling you, this is the most amazing latte. It seriously tastes like banana bread. The streusel on top, oh, I normally don't like textures in my coffee, but this is phenomenal. Um, it just really was a bright spot in my rainy day. And I tell you what, I was concerned because you have scooters right next to you. And I thought, well, that's kind of sad. There's not many people in here. But then your drive through started popping. And then I tasted your latte and I said, oh, yeah, Scooters has nothing on you. Nothing. Always go for these local coffee shops, people, because they pour their heart and soul. She told me how she had spent so much time making this syrup and she was so proud, and I love that. And so definitely I told her, get me in touch with this owner. I would love to sit down and do behind the brews. And I can't wait for that because I had no clue that this was here. Gosh, this is just the funnest part is just exploring and finding new places. And sometimes you don't even know what's right underneath your nose. I mean, I seek out places and I have my favorites and my go-tos, but this is just so much fun. Please go support these local businesses. Go find something new. If you have a bad experience at one place, it doesn't mean it's going to happen at the next. So I guarantee you're going to have a lot more good experiences than you will bad. And just talk to the people. Find out more about them because you're going to get more from them than you are from anybody at Scooter, Starbucks, or Dunkin'. So enjoy your day, everyone. It's off to work for me. Got to go solve all the world's problems, okay? All right. Have a good day. It's time for Coffee Cruise Confessions. This week's question is one that I think about quite often, and that is if you could take a coffee cruise in a Jeep, top down, anywhere, where would you go? All right, let's think about it for a minute. Well, I don't have to think about it because I think about it all the time. So listen, I don't have to hesitate at all. We're going straight to the coast. I'm talking top down, Jeep, salty air, messy beach hair. Ah, it's all a vibe. Give me a long, winding highway right along the ocean. Windows down, music up, iced coffee in hand. But we're not in a rush. Like, we are absolutely taking the long way. We'll pull over at every little beach town, finding the hole in the wall coffee spots that somehow have the best cold brew you've ever had in your life. Or the most creative latte that you could even think of. I want barefoot in the sand, coffee in hand, watching the waves like I've got zero responsibilities. And even though my phone is definitely blowing up somewhere in my bag, I'm not going to look at it. Because honestly, we're probably ending that cruise with a sunset. So, yeah, beach jeep coffee cruise. It's the only correct answer for me. And actually, I've already done this a few times. So, now I need to know your answer. Where are you going? Drop it in the comments on Facebook. Because I'm already adding these to my dream cruise list. And I like hearing from you. So, that's it. Let's get back to the ride. Well, just like that, we're pulling this cruise into the final stretch. Thank you for riding along with me today, as always. This one was fun and personal, obviously. Getting to share more about me, the journey, the highs, the lows, the hard stuff, and everything in between. Because that's what Coffee Cruise is all about. As I've said before, it's real conversations for the road ahead. And the fact that we're already on episode 10 is just amazing. And I can't wait to have more episodes to talk to more people. And if anybody has ideas, please send them my way because one of the coolest and most unexpected things about this podcast has been all of you. The ideas, just the messages, the creativity. I've had people suggest the wildest and the best ways to have a coffee cruise. Um, all different kinds of transportations from tractors, helicopters, boat rides, so many different things. And I am here for all of it. That is what I live for. So one day I fully expect to be coffee cruising in a tractor or maybe even a hot air balloon. We'll just knock off some bucket list items. Um, but honestly, nothing's off the table. I would travel anywhere. Something I look forward to is traveling, and then even I would love to go outside of the country too and try different coffees. I heard some really cool things from coffee in India and Europe and different things like that. So I actually have not traveled out of the country as far as like European um, places. I have been to the Bahamas and several other places, but totally excited for that. I've got a lot of travel this year. Um, we just went to Arizona, Colorado. I've got Texas, we've got Alaska, we've got Hawaii, and I'm totally bringing all of you along for the experience because the coffee scene, it's different everywhere you go, and I absolutely love it. So, nothing's off the table. Life is just a journey. You really never know what's coming next. And you can fight it or you can just go with it because I'll tell you one thing I've learned through it all is that you are not in control. So, that's kind of the point. Like, just live life fully, try new things, take the long way, and enjoy every moment and enjoy the people that you are surrounded with. So, please keep sending me all of your ideas, your thoughts, your confessions. I love hearing from you guys more than you know. But wherever you're headed, I want you to enjoy the ride. So let's talk about that stop today. Mimi Coffee Shop in Granite City? Hello, where did you come from and where have you been my entire life? I'm not even exaggerating when I say that latte was the best I have ever had. Like, one of those drinks where you take a sip and you immediately look around and you're like, does everybody else know about this place? We're just keeping it a secret from the girl who has, a coffee cruise podcast. How could this place be 15, 20 minutes from me? I just can't even believe I didn't know about it. It was amazing, and I can't wait to go back, sit down, and do a full Behind the Brews segment with the owner. And hopefully, I can make them an official coffee cruise launch partner because places like that is what it's all about, and I love to share them with you. Finding those hidden gems, supporting local, and creating moments you actually remember. And it's really cool to get to talk to the different baristas. It is definitely a craft that those baristas take very seriously, and as they should, because that drink that she created, and she let me know that she spent a lot of hard work making all of the different syrups that they use. That's heart and soul right there in a cup. So, wherever you are on your journey right now, whether you're cruising through something amazing or, you're just trying to find your way through a tough stretch, keep going, chase the moments, take a pause, take a stop, say yes to those stops that you weren't planning on, because sometimes the best parts of the ride, they're the ones you never saw coming. So grab your coffee, roll those windows down, and let's cruise. Thanks for riding with me. I'll see you at the next stop.